What up, what up, what up?
Yo, what's good, my guy?
Man, I'm just out here chilling, bro. Just chilling. Enjoyed this first week of college football. It's not over yet. I've been kind of catching this little Clemson Duke game here. You know what I'm saying? So they're doing their
Yeah,
thing tonight. Other than that, though, man, I can't wait to break down this week one that we had because there was some little enticing games. I actually went to the OU game. So go ahead with your intro, my guy.
hey, we are the House Divided. Week one, college football is almost in the books, just like my man just said. Clemson playing right now. We're back in this thing, ready for a full season of college football and NFL. My name's Corey Hilliard. The man next to me is Brandon Hill. Hey, if you've been here before, you know what it is. If it's your first time, me, Casa, Sukasa, B Hill, hit him with the house rules, and let's jump into it, baby.
Guys, y'all already know what we need you to do. It's just four things. It's simple. Subscribe so you guys can become a part of the House Divided family. Tap the notification bell so you guys are always up to date on our newest and latest content. Also, too, if you like what you're seeing, you like what you're hearing, smash that thumbs up for us. Last but not least, guys, hop down there. We always want to hear from y'all. Good, bad, right, wrong, and different. That helps us, guys, if y'all don't mind. So, all righty then. So, what's going on? What's going on?
Who we talking about first here? We going Colorado, TCU?
Man, let's talk
Who's
that
that? Hank?
Hank. I don't even know who that is.
I wiped my feet.
I don't even know. What is
I
that?
like it.
Yeah, he wiped his feet on our
Welcome
rug,
to the house.
on our
Make sure
mat.
you wipe your feet before you come in.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
All right, so let's start this thing off, man. Colorado,
Okay.
TCU. What's your thoughts?
Man, let me go ahead and get this screen up here, man. We'll go
Because
ahead and
we
break this
both
thing
before
down right
you
here.
go, we both slept on this Colorado team. And
We
just
did.
to be fair, a vast majority of the people out there, all the pundits, all the experts, everybody was really on TCU. And Colorado came out there and proved a lot of people wrong, me and you included.
Right, right. Appreciate that, Hank. We really do, my guy. Appreciate that. Man, Shador Sanders. Now I'm gonna start this thing off by saying TCU lost a lot of production from last season, Corey. Let's just be real and call it really what it is. This is not the TCU team that got blasted by Georgia in the national championship. But this isn't the TCU team that made it to the national championship, Corey. It's not. Is that fair?
Not look, I kind of
Let's
sort of, but TCU played a lot of these games last year where they were close and at the end, and they won a lot of these games last year. So did they lose some things? Yeah, but it's the same method to their madness and how they won 12 games last year.
I'm right here saying though, if they had a Max Duggan, if they had a Quentin Johnson, if they had those type of players, they probably would have beaten the Colorado yesterday.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
all I'm saying is I'm not saying that it wasn't a great win by Colorado. They balled out. Shador Sanders, Travis Hunter is a real football player, my guy. He's real. That freshman Dylan Edwards, one of the running backs that they got that came
True
in.
freshman. Yeah.
That dude has some burners. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not hating. I'm just saying let's pump the brakes a little bit because the national narrative right now is just saying, oh, Colorado, go ahead and give it to them. They're looking good. Don't count out Dion, everything. It's week one, guys. It's week one. That's all I'm saying.
No, that's fair.
Great performance, though, to pull up into Fort Worth and get that W, though. So I can't hate on that.
But, yeah, but you got to look at what the narrative was before that. Me, you, Coach Pop, we were all saying that they weren't even going to cover the spread. You know what I mean? We all thought TCU was going to beat them by 20 points. And so we got to seriously look at Colorado as a player now in the Pac-12 conference, which is the only conference, by the way, that has not lost an out-of-conference game in week one. They're the only undefeated conference. They're tied with the SEC right now in the current rankings for the most teams in the top 25. All right, and it's a shame this conference is getting broken up. But going back to last year, Pac-12 had the most talent quarterback-wise. As far as quarterbacks go, it's the deepest league. All right, you're going to see a good quarterback every week. The problem with Colorado is their defense. And in this day and age of football, I mean, unless you got a stellar D line that can get pressure, you're going to give up points. But we didn't see nobody, me, you, and Coach Pop, when we did our show, nobody saw Colorado even covering the 20.5 points. Nobody saw them beating that. And so to go into TCU and win it, we got to give them props for that. It's got to make you say, okay, so what are they really working with? Do you see them beating Nebraska next week? Just a little early preview. I mean, if I had to call that game right now, I'd probably go with Colorado, just to be honest. So, I mean, this is huge for Coach Prime. The over-under on their win total for this year was 3.
They're going over that. I'm buying that.
Yeah, you couldn't say that before 12 o'clock on Saturday.
No, I wasn't one of those type of people that was saying that they was about to do all that. I could see like 6 to 7 wins.
And that would be a huge success for Colorado.
They went 1-11 last year, my guy. Hell yeah, it would be.
Yeah,
that'd be absolutely phenomenal. But I mean, Deion, you got to give him props where props are due. Went in there to a number 17 team in the nation, TCU, that just went to the national title last year, and he beat them. He pulled up in there. It just seemed like in that game, everything that TCU did, like TCU would come down there, they'd score. Shedeur Sanders in Colorado and Travis Hunter and them boys and Dylan Edwards, they were just coming right back at him like it was nothing. That looked easy to me.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That Travis Hunter made them. That, I'm telling you, that guy is a problem.
Shout out to Hank, and he's right. Sean Lewis, the OC, was the head coach at Kent State last year. Sean Lewis has more talent than he has ever had to work with, and that is absolute facts, right? Dylan Edwards, Travis Hunter, Jimmy Horn, the other receiver who had 100+, Weaver. I mean, that dude's got a lot of weapons to work with over there. So, you know, I thought it was a little weird that he was a head coach at Kent State and then left, right, to become the OC. Is almost like he took a demotion. But he really didn't, because he's going to be somewhere in about a year or two coaching a head coaching job at a Power 5 school if he continues this offensive output.
Absolutely, man. Hey, go ahead.
Wait till Kamar. Yeah, we didn't even see the other corner, Cormani. Yeah, wait till he gets in the mix, man. It's gonna be.
Yeah, Cormani. He was a 5-star dude. That dude was one of the highly touted defensive backs coming out of this last cycle. So no, Cormani's an absolute baller, bro. No, Prime's gonna get players. This only helped. And I loved, right before we move on, I loved after the game how he was calling out those reporters. He's like, "Do you believe now? Do you believe?" I love it. I like Coach Prime. I love everything he's about. That man gets it where he's from. It strengthens their HBCU case. You know what I mean? Because they were over there, Jackson State, doing their thing. They're stepping up into the Power 5 level and doing it. So congrats to them. I have to touch on this one real quick, and then we'll move on to that other game. But, man, and I know before we even get started, it's Arkansas State. I understand that fully. But here's the thing. I witnessed last year the game against UTEP. I witnessed last year, you know, all those games, the Nebraska game. I seen that on TV. We still didn't look this dominant.
Yeah, y'all had Butch Jones on the sideline about to cry, my guy.
They absolutely stepped on Arkansas State didn't stand a chance from the minute the ball was snapped, my guy.
Mm-hmm.
I witnessed it. I was there.
Yeah.
It was one. And then Gavin Freeman, man. OU, there's some different feel on there. That O-line looks good, Corey. Now, granted, again, it's Arkansas State. But when you beat Arkansas State 73-0, and you handle your business and you do what you're supposed to do, they weren't doing this last year.
No.
They weren't shutting teams out like that. They weren't forcing 7 3-and-outs. They weren't doing that, no matter who they played. Yep. So I seen different types of Gentry Williams at corner is going to be an absolute dude. I'm calling it now. Peyton Bowen, when he got in, I mean, they played 87 players, Corey. 87 players got a chance to play in this football game.
I think
I love that.
the good thing for OU, if you're an OU fan like you are, look, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what the dominant teams in the OU in the past used to do. When they had an inferior opponent, they made them look inferior or even worse, right?
Yep.
It's not good to beat Arkansas State 45-17, right? You show that you're that much more dominant. The depth is there. Y'all look faster. Dylan Gabriel looks like he's way more comfortable back with Levy in that offense. It looked like a finely tuned machine.
It really did.
That sat on a 6 and 7 season all off season, and they were ready to attack. And
they had more depth.
Yeah, more depth. Yeah. And when you have more depth, you can roll guys in and out on defense. You can keep guys fresh. I mean, good grief, man. Like Arkansas State, that thing was over before it even started, dog. So.
SMU is going to create a little bit more of a problem. SMU is actually a pretty talented little football team, but I don't anticipate SMU to pull up into Norman and beat Oklahoma. That's not what I'm going to call for. Not with that team that I've seen.
What was the spread? 17?
Huh? What
was the score? I mean, the spread on that game. I know we'll talk about it in our preview show, but I think they got SMU 17-point dogs.
It's 16.5 right now.
Okay, so that's supposed to be a step up. We'll see what OU does. We'll talk about it in the preview show later this week. But I mean, shoot, man, this is a good way to start it.
Man, hey, we're gonna see. That kind of leads me into this other game that I wanted to just touch on real quick. Let me go ahead and scroll on over here. Get on up here. Boom. We'll go ahead and bop on this. This to me right here, and yes, I'm an Oklahoma Sooners fan, die hard. So yes, I'm talking a little bit of trash to all you Texas fans out there that ever click on this show and watch it. You guys can't tell me that you were impressed with the performance that your team put on against Rice, my guy. So all I'm saying is look at that first half. Granted, they came out in that third quarter and they scored 21 points. But they scored 7 points, and what is that, 9 points? Yes.
Yeah.
Struggling in Austin, absolutely, Hank. Agree with you, my guy. Agree. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at, Corey. Quinn Ewers is not that guy. Is it fair to say that now? Can we please say that?
I would wait till after the Alabama game. I mean, a lot of things can change on the narrative on this team with them going to Alabama on Saturday.
They're gonna get beat. I don't know. The thing about it is, though, and this kills me to say it, Texas always does show up for big games like that, and they do play they play them tough. That year, the LSU team, they only lost by, I think, a touchdown or something like that in that 2019 team when they played them in Austin. The thing is, though, they're about to pull up to Tuscaloosa. And Nick Saban and them Alabama, Jalen Milroe looked really, really, really good on Saturday.
Corey. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He looked really good.
Yeah, I agree. And here's the thing, Hank's saying, never play with your food. That's right. I mean, I think what Hank is saying, if you look at the second quarter, field goal. I mean, they are obviously in striking distance of scoring 3 times, and they really could never just put Rice away, right?
Right.
All of those field goals against Rice, those should be touchdown drives. Now, they came out in the third quarter and did that, but that should have been the case in the second half.
This is a big point right here by Hank. It's absolutely right.
Not a staff game.
It's absolutely right. It's absolutely right.
Yep.
Absolutely right. That's a big loss right there. Gary Patterson was kind of like the little defensive guru for them.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, man, I'm not overreacting. They did what they needed to do, just not to the level. You expected them to blow out Rice like what we blew out Arkansas State. Let's just call it what it is. Because all I've been hearing all offseason from all Texas fans is 49-0. But Texas, every single year, they have expectations placed upon their shoulders, and they can never live up to it. So forgive me if I'm just questioning things. I'm sorry. So, all right. But that's all I wanted to touch on that game. Hey, man, let's go ahead. Let's break this. To me, this was supposed to be the game of the week. This was supposed to be one of those games that LSU just had way too much talent. Everything else, Florida State kept hearing that all week long. And what happened there, man? Jordan Travis went out there and put on a Heisman Trophy performance week one. But for them to curb stuff, and this was a game that was really close at halftime. If I'm not mistaken, LSU was up by 3 points. Florida State in that second half, Corey, that was, oh my Lord.
They turned on the gas, bro. They turned on the gas.
Man, let's look at this. Coleman, that transfer Keon Coleman from Michigan State, that dude at receiver number 4 up, he was a must. And how many times did you see that running back number 6 Bell? Whenever he was running up in there, and he was just throwing them dudes off of him, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Just get off of me.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, you look at Troy Benson, and then with Johnny Wilson, number 14, the big 6'7" receiver, bro. They got weapons, bro. They got weapons. And Jordan Travis has put his name in the Heisman hat along with Shedeur. I thought those two quarterbacks, him and Shedeur Sanders, were the best 2 quarterbacks in primetime spots in the first week of the season. So, I mean, look, Florida State is obviously going to be a problem.
Sorry, Corey, I didn't mean to cut you off what you were saying there, though, man, but we're getting some love over here in the comments. I appreciate you guys. We're just trying. Hey, if you guys aren't subscribed already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for us and hit that likes button if you don't mind for us, fellas. So back to what you were saying, Corey. Yes, I agree with everything you just said. Florida State looked like a national title contender last night.
Absolutely. Absolutely, bro.
That hit that they put on Jaden Daniels will not make it through the season if he keeps taking hits like that.
I don't know what the hell he was thinking, bro. Like, he was on some Superman type stuff. I was like, bro, you need to chill. You ain't the biggest dude in the world to just be jumping through a D line like that, dog. You might want to chill.
Man, that's exactly when I seen him do that, I was like, oh, holy smoke. I told my wife, I looked at her, I said, man, that joker ain't gonna make it through the season. They keep doing that to him.
Dude was wilding. I don't know what the hell he was on when he thought he could do that. I'll say this though, for everything that we talk about college football every year, and I know Texas and OU's moving to the SEC to me kind of failed this week, and I'm gonna tell you why. Game right here, number 5 LSU. All right, this is supposed to be your third best team, prime time. You got beat by an ACC squad, albeit a top 10 team. All right, in prime time. You go back to a college game day on Saturday. Where was college game day at, B?
They was here, wasn't they?
No, they were in North Carolina for South Carolina versus North Carolina. You were at the game, right?
Forgive me. Absolutely. The OU game was an 11 a.m.
Yeah, but that was another prime time college game day was in North Carolina for the North Carolina South Carolina game. North Carolina beat South Carolina 31-17. All right, that's another SEC team that went down in prime time. Go back to Thursday night when the season really kicked off. What was the big game of the night Thursday night? Utah versus Florida. Florida went up to Utah in prime time on a Thursday night and got beat 24-11 by Utah. So for everything that we talk about the SEC, it just means more. Their slogan and everything else, they got outclassed this week, right? If it means more, then South Carolina shouldn't be losing, Florida shouldn't be losing, LSU. Like, you can't have that slogan. To me, it just means more in the SEC, right? And then have your middle of the road teams and then one of your big dogs all lose in primetime spots. So I thought the week was a loss for the SEC.
No, it absolutely was as a whole, man. And the Pac-12, who everybody's been laughing at that conference, what did they do, Corey? They went undefeated, my guy. So that was the first time in Pac-12 since like 1936, I want to say.
He said SEC fell, but the Big 12 he fell more. Facts.
So did.
Big facts, bro. Yeah, it did not look good. You talk about Texas Tech going down to Wyoming. You talk about Oklahoma State being in the fourth quarter game with FCS Central Arkansas. You talk about Baylor getting their doors damn near blown off. right, by the damn by Texas State, bro. It was not good. It was
Hey,
not good.
look out, Big 12. I agree with him. Look out, Deion's coming. Deion is coming. I would agree with that one. Man,
Yeah.
that man Deion, man. I
They're
just
gonna be a
can't.
problem in the Big 12, bro, next year. They are going to be a
Absolutely.
problem.
I'm glad. Hey, y'all have fun with that. We're going on over there to bigger and brighter things, man.
Yeah.
It I don't know, man. It yesterday kind of just showed me that, like, yes, your Alabamas are dominant. Yes, your Georgias are dominant. They're always going to be dominant. But after that, man, it's like, come on, man. Who OU can't match up with on the field? And
Yeah.
the thing is OU's getting those guys to match up with them. Trust me, recruits are coming for the Oklahoma Sooners.
Yep.
So this was just another example of that game, that Utah and that Florida game, man. That thing was crazy. That was Utah's backup quarterback too, my guy.
That's the thing, bro. They didn't even have what's his name, Rising.
They didn't have Cameron Rising. Didn't even play in this game.
So
didn't even play.
Yeah, everybody's saying that Texas and OU's not going to do good in the SEC, bro. Y'all can miss me with that. They're going to be just fine.
I love it.
They're going to be just fine over there in the SEC, bro.
Man, we're gonna have to wait and see. I have more faith in Oklahoma than I do Texas.
Well,
what is going? Hey, that's, you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's talk about that.
Oh
game.
Yeah, pull that up.
Because those fans over there are absolutely freaking out on the Twitter boards. They're not as confident. I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr., who was supposed to be like a top 5 pick. Go ahead and take a look at his stats there, Corey.
He only had 2 catches, right?
For 18 yards. 18 yards against Indiana, my guy.
That's a quarterback problem. Kyle McCord did not look good at all, bro. 0 tutties, 1 interception, 20 for 33. I only caught a snippet of this game. I did watch some of the highlights, bro. He just looked confused. It's a different show, man. All right, you went from CJ Stroud, who was the number 2 pick in the NFL draft, to this. All right, and he's young. He doesn't have a lot of experience on the college level. It's going to take some time, right? They arguably have the most, I won't say the dominant, but the best group of receivers that you can have in the country, headed by Harrison. But golly, man, 23-3 against Indiana. Man, there's no disrespect to Indiana, bro, but good.
Here's my thing, though. If Marvin Harrison Jr. is really that guy that they say he is, give him some little swing passes or whatever and dump the ball off to him and get the ball in his hands and see what he can do. The dude got 2 receptions, my guy. I don't know how many targets he got, but that's unacceptable in my opinion. Let me go ahead and click on here. I think it lists targets. I would agree with that. I don't know if it's going to be to that extent of a 6 and a 7 year, because I think Ohio State talent-wise is in a much better position than Oklahoma. They just got to get their quarterback thing figured out, which is a big piece. Don't get me wrong. Okay, so let's look here. On receivers, Marvin Harrison, why doesn't it have their targets?
I don't know. I would assume he had more than 2 targets. Let's just be honest.
Okay, so if he did, then he dropped some balls, and that's unacceptable. If you're that dude that they're saying that he is and you're dropping balls, that's unacceptable.
Yeah, hey, look, these things tend to happen early in the season too, bro. Like, they're at Indiana. They probably think it's going to be a cakewalk. He probably wouldn't dialed all the way in. If anything, this is probably going to be a wake-up call for him and the rest of that damn team. Because if you're struggling against Indiana, there's some teams, I don't know their schedule, but I don't see them, getting to Michigan at the end of the year with 0 losses. They'll lose to a Penn State playing like this.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Penn State had a good first week too. Corey, these are the weeks though that the teams are playing the little peons, the ones that you should beat. Let's just be called honest. No disrespect to the opponent.
Right.
But I mean, Ole Miss beat Mercer 73-3. I mean, let's just be real. Oregon beat Portland State freaking 81-7.
I didn't even know Portland State had a football team.
I didn't either. Well, they did, and they got beat very badly. So, I mean, all of those things that he said, Michigan even had issues. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look over here at this Michigan game. Let's take a look here.
They weren't too impressive either.
What was their score? Oh, Eastern Carolina.
I think it was like 30-3. What was it? 45-13. Well, 30-3. There it is. Yep.
30-3. That's fair. I mean, I'm expecting a little bit more out of a JJ McCarthy. You know what I'm saying? To kind of take. How does he go for 280 and 3 touchdowns? I mean, it doesn't look like a terrible game to me. I didn't get a chance to watch this one because I was
No,
at the OU game and then tailgating afterwards, all that.
they're a run heavy team. I caught a little bit of this. East Carolina is one of those teams that's usually saltier than people tend to know. They do play. They play teams tough. So to me, this is nothing to be concerned about. Just to be honest, like I saw the score and I actually saw a couple of the plays, and I wasn't freaking out about it. ECU tends to do this. They got athletes over there in East Carolina, man. I'm just being honest.
Yeah. Hey, I'm still taking Michigan against Ohio State, though. That's not even close, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think that Michigan's going to get their heyday this year. And another thing that we need to talk about, USC, man. Caleb Williams is an absolute baller. Don't get me wrong. He's going to be the future #1 pick. But that defense is going to be the death of them, my guy. They had a good little – it's going to be the death. They let San Jose State in week 0. What's up, Matt? Back up in this thing, man. What's going on, brother? But no, Caleb Williams, though, he might go back to back on the Heisman's because the numbers he's putting up with his Zacharian Branch is crazy.
Yeah, he does some ridiculous stuff, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Just to watch him scramble around, the way he throws off center, the throws he even tries, like the one when he was running out of bounds against Nevada and just threw it up over the dude's head, 30 yards down the field. I was like, bro, that's bananas. I think you're right, though. I got to see more SC. I can't wait to see them against Colorado the end of this month. And see how that defense does against Shedeur Sanders. Right?
That's gonna be a game.
That's gonna be a good.
That'll be that's prime a little time. Bit more enticing. Do you think that they put Colorado up into the top 25 after winning that football game?
I would. Why not? You went on the road and beat the number 17 team, so you can't tell me you had 17. You had them 17 and going into the preseason, and then the team goes in there and beats number 17 on their field, and then you can't put them in the top 25. You know what I mean? Why not?
I agree with Steven on this too. My mistake, Steven. But Caleb Williams has been that absolute dude, though. I mean, let's just be completely honest as far as the numbers, because we all know it's a media-driven award, right? We all know that stuff is voted on, everything else. But look at what Caleb Williams has been doing. And dude, I'd put them as 23-25. It's fair. It's fair. Colorado beat an overrated TCU. Matt. You're a little late, my guy. I literally said the same thing earlier in this show. I went on there and I said that this TCU team is not that TCU team from last year. Let's go ahead and just hop up off of here, man, as far as that goes. And let's just sit here and talk some ball with the people that's here in the chat. Yep. Hey, Hank, Steven, Matt, appreciate you guys. I appreciate the love that you guys have been showing us during this show. I'll be honest with you, Corey. This is the most fan interaction we've gotten since we've started doing this. Man,
yeah, no doubt. We've never had this much.
We love it. We love it, guys. We love it. Hey, we don't just talk college football, though, guys. We talk NFL. We talk some NBA. We do a little bit of everything out here. But, Corey, before we hop off of this thing, I just wanted to get your takeaway. Who were your teams like you were like, yeah, these are still going to be my teams? Who were those teams that kind of jumped off to the page at you week 1?
Look, Florida State, what they did last night was phenomenal. They got my damn attention. I don't know about you.
They did.
I definitely Colorado. I think they won the weekend because nobody gave them a chance to win that goddamn football game at all.
That's fair. That's fair.
And then you got to think about I mean the Pac-12 as a whole, man. I think that's going to be the most interesting race. USC, Oregon, Washington, all of those teams who came out and did what they were supposed to do. They did what OU was supposed to do to Arkansas State. So I think Washington, Oregon, USC, Colorado coming into the fold. Oregon State putting the beat down on San Jose State. They're ranked number 18 in the country. That Pac-12, that's going to be a good, fun race to watch. I thought the Pac-12, to me, won the first week of the college football season.
I would have to – they were the only conference to go undefeated.
Yeah.
I mean – and to me, can we fairly say that the SEC was probably the most disappointing conference in week 1?
Yeah, I said that earlier. They lost 3 primetime games.
That's not good.
Yeah.
That's not good. When you got your LSU getting curb stomped by Florida State last night on national television, that's not a good look for your conference.
No.
Because LSU, if I'm not mistaken, had a lot of hype coming into this season. They were talking about them about to fight out with Georgia and Alabama. I don't see that happening, my friend. I just don't. I see at least 3 more losses on LSU's schedule this season. Corey. Call me crazy, man, but I see at least 3 more L's.
So that's quickly become a 3-team race right there, right? Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama. You don't see anybody else winning that league this year?
No.
Not off the top of your head. I don't think so either.
I mean, Ole Miss looked good. Again, they didn't play nobody. Jackson Dart looked very good at quarterback for Ole Miss in week 1. But I'm not looking at them to, like, beat an Alabama or beat a Georgia or even beat a Tennessee. I wouldn't pick that. No. So I would – yes, those 3 teams to me are like the upper echelon of the SEC and the ones that are anticipated to win.
It's TCL, Okie Light. Who's that? Us, Oklahoma State? Are we
Okie Light? Yeah, that's you. Yeah, you guys are Okie Light out here, bro. I love it. I love it. I love it. You're Okie Light, my guy. That's what y'all are.
I've never heard that. That is hilarious.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I bet. I'll take it. We're Okie Light, baby.
Man, actually, we gotta give credit up here to Steven. He was the one that actually said it. I see the Okie Light logo. Can I ask what happened? Actually, hey, tell Steven,
it was a shit show. I mean, just being honest, we played 3 different quarterbacks. We could not run the ball. I had to hear all off season about how we put an emphasis on them being able to run the ball. Couldn't run the ball worth a damn. Mike Gundy's son was a 3rd string quarterback, and he actually was the most productive and looked the best. So we got problems in Stillwater.
What was the final score over there at that game?
27-13.
And it was Central Arkansas, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yeah.
Wow.
The FCS team. I'm not even going to say, I could say, I'm not even going to say it. I'm not going to say
Don't. You better stop.
I'm not going to say nothing.
Yikes.
It was bad. It was bad, bro. I was sweating that in the 4th quarter, bro. It was 13-7 beginning of the 4th quarter. So it is what it is, man. We're looking at another 6-6. Possibly 5-7 if we play like that again. I don't know if we'll beat Arizona State, to be honest, dog. That's what we got this week. So we won't beat Arizona State playing like that.
Rashada over there is looking nice. He looked nice in week 1. Arizona State's gonna Arizona State. I don't know about a dog fight. I think Jaden Rashada is about to put up some points.
He's gonna put up some points on us, bro. We got to be able to run the ball.
Let's just be honest. Yeah, I'd agree.
Exactly what it was. Yeah.
Both color oranges yesterday, the burnt one and the bright orange.
Yeah.
Both look terrible.
I'm not looking forward to this Arizona State game at all. Not looking forward to it. We'll say that one for the preview show later on this week. It's in Tempe. It's at Arizona State. It's in their home stadium. So
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes. That's
tough times, man.
Yikes, bud.
Yeah. So we got our work cut out for us.
So to me, as far as like my takeaways, of course I went to the OU game. I was very impressed with the way the Sooners looked. They looked amazing. Defense was flying around, everything else. That to me was a team that should be reckoned with. The other team, to me, I'm with you on the Florida State, man. Travis Hunter looked like a Heisman Trophy candidate. That's another guy that needs to throw his name in the bucket. As long as he keeps playing like that, Corey, and he puts up numbers, man. And that receiver, they got running backs, and their defense, that number 5, I can't remember his name, over here in the chat. Who was that defensive end for Florida State? If somebody could help me out with that, I'd appreciate it.
What number was
that dude was he was number 5 for Florida State.
Oh yeah, gosh dang, I can't remember his name.
He was an absolute dude last night. He was destroying everybody and everything that got in his way. Yes, Jared Verse. That's who it was.
Yeah.
Yes, that dude right there is a future NFL player. He's gonna play on Sundays like that. There's no doubt about it. Yep. Thank you. Sorry. Appreciate y'all. So that was my takeaways. Definitely, I think you can start looking at that's going to be interesting because as of right now, what is this game looking like, Corey, for Duke and Clemson?
Last I saw was 7-6,
and it's almost halftime.
Yeah.
So I don't think Clemson wants any part
of Florida State right now.
From
Yeah, if
what
they
I've
played
seen
today,
last
Florida
night.
State would wash them, bro.
That would be very bad. That
Yeah,
would be very bad. I thought Cade Klubnik was going to be a little bit more productive than that. I thought he was going to be one of them dudes. Maybe, hey, man, I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be interesting. Is there anything else you want to touch on before we hop off of here?
Nah, that's it, my man. Love you. Hey, love that we got some guys involved in the show today. I appreciate that, all the viewers. Thank you guys so much.
November 16th, Matt. November 16th. That's the due date. She's dealing with it like any other pregnant woman would. I absolutely love her to death. It's tough on her. It's tough on her right now. She's got a baby boy in her that's growing every single day. So it's been really tough on her. I'm trying to be the good husband that I am and try to keep helping her out every single day the most that I can. So that's where I'm at. OU, SMU. Hey, Matt, Hank, Steven, we're going to be on here. Corey, when do you want to do our preview show? Do we want to do that on Thursday night? You want to do
let's
it on Wednesday?
Let's do it Thursday night.
Okay, Thursday night, guys, we're probably looking at about an 8:30 time. We're going to come on here. We're breaking all those games down. It's going to be the SMU-OU game. Definitely going to break down some Oklahoma State and some Arizona State. We're going to do all that, guys. So, Corey, if you're good, I'm good, bro. We've been on here for about 37 minutes. Again, like Corey said, Steven, Hank, Matt, always, guys. Y'all come on back to us. We always post the content. So, as always, this is the House Divided. If you haven't already, drop down there, like this video. We always want to hear from you in the comments as well. Drop down there. Let us know what you think about it. And also, too, we want to know in the comments, what do y'all think about week one? What was your big shocker? Who was the team that kind of was like, man, they could win it all? So, as always, Corey, peace out, bro. It's been real.
Peace.
I'll holler at you, my guy.
Holla.